All right, YouTubers, it's cooking time again. And this should be interesting. The first thing I'm going to cook is some cornbread stuffing mix. You cook it right as the box says to do, so I'm not going to bother showing you that because this is going to probably be too long anyways. What I'm doing is I'm doing an RV's Thanksgiving meal because Thanksgiving's coming up. Should be interesting. What you'll need for this, other than the ingredients, and you can put whatever ingredients you want, you can change from what I'm doing, is you'll either need a propane oven in your RV or like the New Wave Mini that I'm going to use, something that you can bake in, because you're going to need an oven. So the first thing we do is I got 2 of these ground turkey. So that's 2 pounds, and this is going to be my mixing bowl. I'll put 1 in, 2 pounds of turkey in. All right, 2 pounds of turkey. About maybe what, a tablespoon of black pepper. Throw a little garlic powder in. Not a lot, just a dash. I can't give you exact measurements. Maybe about 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. Again, if you don't have some of these things or you want to use other things, that's cool. Let's start out with about a 1/4 cup of breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs are something that you keep adding until you get the consistency that you want. I'm going to put in about 1/2 tablespoon or so, about that much, of parsley. I have some poultry seasoning. Next we need 2 eggs. 1 egg. 2 eggs. I had a last minute idea. I'm going to throw some hickory brown sugar barbecue sauce in there. Not a lot. Just to give it a little something. About that much. Whatever you want to call that. I'm going to dice this up pretty small. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put about half of it in now, mix it up, and then I'll put the other half in. Now my RV is winterized, otherwise I'd love to dig my hands in there. I'm just going to mix it in this bag. And let's make sure we're good and closed before we make a mess. I'm going to take quite some time to mix this up. I won't make you watch it all, but I'm going to mix it. Okay? So I'm back. I mixed it up pretty good. And I learned 2 things. It's time to put the rest of the onion in. And I didn't learn that. I already knew that. But what I did learn needs a lot more breadcrumbs. And luckily, I have a lot more breadcrumbs. Ooh. Now you could add chicken stuff. You can, it's a meatloaf. You can add whatever you want. You can add a lot more stuff. I think a little bit more breadcrumbs. You gotta find that line between dry, which you don't want, and soggy, which you also don't want. Now's the point where I would tell you, here's what I put in. But I have to watch my video because I don't remember what I put in there. I put stuff I had. Alright? So hopefully this is going to turn out. This is a bowl that I sprayed with Pam. That's going to help what I'm putting in there come out easier. So we're going to try some tricks too. Again, the RV is winterized, so that's water. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get my hands wet. And it should help with the turkey because I have an idea that I'm probably going to take too far. Take some turkey and put it in the bowl. Oh, it smells really nice. in the center there and try to make a divot. Because we're going to stuff this meatloaf. Yes, we are. Alright, now I'll wipe my hands. And I got hand sanitizer. Alright, hold on while I do the next. Here's that stuffing, cornbread stuffing I made. This is cold, like very cold. But important thing to know is you don't want to put hot fillings into turkey or poultry, and probably any other thing. So never cook this up and while it's still hot just say, okay, now I'm going to throw that in. It's not a good thing. It's not safe. I read that somewhere and I believed it. Or maybe I'm a fool, but I believed it. So I thought about, when I first was doing this, I was going to do a bunch of layers, but I'm not sure that's going to work. So I'm just going to do like one layer. Might take an extra couple minutes, but good. Okay, so there's stuffing. I'll move that, get a bowl out, and yams. Can't be Thanksgiving without sweet potatoes, or yams, or whatever you want to call them. So I'm going to put these in a bowl. Do that much for now. Now I'm going to mash it up. And layer that in. Couple more. And I'm probably suffering from my belly is bigger than, or my appetite is bigger than my belly, but my belly does pretty good. For a skinny dude, I can put it away. Next, because there always seems to be next, they always put these on upside down and I already opened it. Cranberry sauce. And I'm going to layer cranberry sauce on there. You can see this is not all that complicated. Nothing I do is all that complicated. Now, we're going to put more stuffing over the top. And my hope is that it's going to kind of try to hold it in. Like is often my issue. Probably gone a little bit overboard. If I had a bigger oven and was doing this, I probably would have done like several layers, you know, made a bigger meatloaf. But my New Wave Mini has limitations, right? I think we're pretty close there. I don't know if the cornbread's going to hold everything in, but maybe it will. That's my hope. I got the stuffing too close to the edge. More hand wiping. Remove everything that I have a good chance of knocking over. I got my hands wet again. And I'm going to try to get the turkey on there. I might have guesstimated this pretty decently. We'll see. And the water does help. Okay, more hand cleaning. I'll run out of hand sanitizer. I got aluminum foil and I got Pam. I'm going to put aluminum foil on the bottom of the New Wave Mini just because it makes cleanup easier. And I'm going to spray the heck out of the grill. And now, I just got to hope that I put enough Pam in this bowl. There it goes, starting to loosen. Get it where I want it. Oh, that's much taller than I wanted. And I can see I might have some issues there. See if I can... Yeah, too close to the edge. You can use your hands. That's why it's separated a little. It's a lot of turkey. That's a big meatloaf. Get the top on. Again, if your RV has a propane oven, that's really cool. People always ask, well, what temperature? The default on the New Wave Mini is 350 degrees. If you want to change the power level, you can then use the numbers, and there's a card that tells you what temperature it would be. But I'm going to cook this at 350, and I'm going to do it for 59 minutes, and we'll see how it goes. Do you want to watch it all? No, Dan. Your videos are too long as it is. Alright, YouTubers, that's about 45 minutes in, and it's doing pretty well. Smells great in here. But what I'm also going to end up doing is, first I'm going to use a food thermometer. You want to make sure turkey gets to 160. I'm going to flip it, because a lot of times the bottom side on the New Wave Mini, when you bake something like this, doesn't get enough. So I'll try to creatively flip this. It's always interesting. But we're going to let it keep going. Well, we're getting close now. It's looking pretty good. I'm really hoping it doesn't fall apart when I try to flip it. It could get nasty. But you'll watch the success or the failure. Hold on. Alright, here we go. See if we can do this. Got a little crust to it, because it's up pretty high, but I don't think that's a bad thing. Got a plate. Take the plate. Good chance I'm going to make a mess. How much of this you can see. You got to see if it goes well or poorly. Place your bets. Alright. Not too bad. It kind of falls down in between. Slowly separate that off. There we go. So far so good. Would have been a mess without that Pam. But see how this is here? Not the best. Now we're going to see if we can get under here. Oh, we did it. Alright, it's falling apart a little bit, but it could have been way, way worse. Small space cooking. Alright, I plugged it back in. Cook time, 11 minutes. Start. And once that gets done, I'll test it. You know, make sure it's cooked all the way through. Gonna be a good Thanksgiving-ish meal. You can do this stuff in your RV, you really can. So it's coming along. Alright, here's a part where you're going to judge me, but just keep in mind, this isn't real Thanksgiving. I'm going to Thanksgiving with relatives, but this is just an RV Thanksgiving. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to use these Bob Evans mashed potatoes. They're loaded up with a bunch of things. And they just get nucleated. So there we go. There's some sweet potatoes or yams, and there's some of the stuffing, even though that kind of separated quite a bit. We got some, again cheating, gravy. Oh, and I forgot to show you. It's cooked enough. Give it a couple more minutes. Alright, here we go. There's the plate. See the plate? There's the plate. Here's going to be the trick. Ooh. There we go. Can you see? That looks pretty good. Put a little bit more of the cranberry sauce on there. Fly over. Mashed potatoes. Cheating mashed potatoes. Cheating cranberry sauce. Stuffed meatloaf. Cheating stuffing. Out of a can yams. It's going to taste great though, I think. Let's taste it. Alright, here we go. Yams. The yams are good. They come in a can. Cornbread stuffing. I like stuffing out of a box. I know I'm crazy. Bob Evans cheating potatoes. Those are pretty good. Now let's get into this turkey meatloaf. That's good. That's really good. You can see the cranberries in there. You can see the stuffing. You can see the sweet potatoes. It stayed together mostly. A little bit more. Okay, there. Alright, here we go. Even those cheating potatoes are pretty good. For you know what they are. But that stuffed meatloaf, that turkey meatloaf, with all that goodness that you saw me put in there, pretty darn good. All right, YouTubers. If you're in your RV and you're going to cook for Thanksgiving, this is a viable option. Hope you enjoy and that you have a great and wonderful day and a great and wonderful Thanksgiving.